If you want to start an online business or side hustle in 2026, but everything you watch just seems way too complicated, this video is for you. Because today, I'm going to show you a pretty cool AI business you can start as a beginner. And when done right, this is one of the best online businesses in 2026 and beyond. We're not selling products, doing Amazon FBA, becoming influencers, or doing affiliate marketing. What we are doing is using AI to build simple little websites and monetizing them through Google AdSense. Now I know, building websites in AdSense already sounds pretty technical, but hear me out, girl, because once you see the kind of websites I'm talking about, you'll see it's just way simpler than it seems. Take a look at this site here. It does one thing, gives people random words. Yeah, that's literally it. And somehow, this simple little website gets around 1.6 million visitors every month. They're not running paid ads to get those people there, and they're not doing any kind of social media marketing. It's all from organic search, which means just people searching something like random words on Google and clicking on the site. And as you can see, there are ads all across the site. These are from Google AdSense, which you also can sign up for free. And when you do, Google can place ads across your pages, and when people visit and those ads are shown, the website earns ad revenue. That's basically how the business works. If we put this site's traffic into an AdSense earnings calculator, we can see it could be generating somewhere around $30,000 a month. And this is only one of many ridiculously simple websites making thousands of dollars every month from ad revenue. So the whole idea is pretty simple. Build a website for some simple thing people are already searching for, get those people onto your website through Google, and monetize that traffic with ads. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. From finding an idea actually worth building to creating the entire site with AI without coding, getting free traffic from Google, and finally putting the website online completely for free. The first step is deciding what kind of site you are actually going to build. And there are pretty much endless options here. You can make something like a GPA calculator, an image to text converter, a YouTube thumbnail downloader, a quiz site, a timer, or even this website here that literally does nothing except turn your entire screen white. So yeah, there are millions of ideas, but not every idea is worth building. A site can be incredibly easy to make and still never bring in traffic. It can get loads of traffic, but make little to no money. Or it can have both, but be dominated by websites that a brand new site like ours has almost no chance of competing with. When you're choosing which one to go with, I like to take the idea through something I call the 3 green lights check. If it passes all 3, it becomes much easier to bring traffic fast and eventually make money from it. So for this video, I found this website here. It is a mouse testing tool, and it is almost stupidly simple. There's a little drawing of a mouse on the screen. When you click one of the buttons or scroll the wheel, the matching part lights up, allowing you to check whether your mouse is working properly. Now let's see whether this idea gets our 3 green lights. The first green light is monetization. Simply take a look at the page, and as you can see, the website has display ads running across it. That tells us already these sets can be monetized, but ads only prove that the website can make money. They do not prove that anyone is visiting it, which brings us to the second green light, demand. To check this, copy the website link and put it into a traffic checking tool like this. And according to the estimate, this site is receiving around 2.7 million visits every single month, which is kind of insane for such a simple tool like this. Based on that amount of traffic, we could estimate that the site may be making somewhere around $40,000 a month through display ads. So now we know 2 things, but neither of these things matters to us if all of that traffic is permanently locked up by giant established websites. We still need the third and probably most important green light, opportunity. To find out, search for the tool on Google and look closely at the websites appearing on the first pages. If every result is some enormous website that looks like it has been sitting there since the beginning of the internet, breaking in is probably going to be very difficult for us. What we want to find is evidence that Google is also allowing newer, smaller websites to break in and get traffic. And when I checked, I did not find only one. I found 3. 3 different websites that were only a few months old, but were already appearing high in Google and receiving tens of thousands of visits. This one here, for example, only started getting traffic around 1 month ago, and it is already showing up on the first page. That is the evidence we were looking for. Now we officially have something worth building. Now, we need an AI that can code. You could use something like ChatGPT or Claude, but you will probably need a paid plan because I don't think the free versions can build these sites the way we want. and the model you choose matters. We need something capable enough to build the site properly, but we also don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money trying to build these sites. So for this video, I'm using Minimax M3, who are also sponsoring today's video. The main reason I chose M3 is that it gives you strong coding performance without the high-end price tag. M3 actually scored 59% on SWE Bench Pro, which tests AI models on real software engineering tasks, and that is even higher than ChatGPT 5.5 for coding. So it gives us the level of performance we need for building apps and websites. And at the same time, it costs significantly less than other top-tier AI models. In fact, Minimax M3 costs 15 times less than Claude Opus. But what I personally like most is Minimax's token plan. Their $20 plan gives you roughly 1.7 billion M3 tokens for the month, which gives you far more freedom to keep building, testing, and making changes without constantly worrying about hitting a limit. The same plan also gives you access to Minimax's image generation, speech generation, and even music generation through the same usage pool. I'm currently using the $20 plus plan, and girl, they are also giving you guys 12% off any of the token plan tiers through the link below in the description. Minimax has an API that you can connect to other coding tools, but it also has its own coding app called Minimax Code. That is what I'm going to use here because I just find it pretty easy to work with. And guys, if you're using Minimax Code, you also get 400 free credits every day. So that's a pretty nice bonus. Thank you for Minimax for sponsoring this video. Now, let's open it up and get started. The first thing I did was give Minimax a link to one of these mouse testing websites we found earlier. I asked it to analyze how the site was built, how the tool worked, and what we could do better with our version. And it came back with this full breakdown. For the first page, let's make a mouse scroll test, like this one. You click Start Test, scroll for a few seconds, and then receive a simple result, showing how your scroll wheel is performing. So, let's send the prompt. After a few minutes, here's the site Minimax built. And actually, I really like this. It is simple, easy to read, and the tool is right there in front of us without the user having to search around for it. But first, let's see whether it even works. Okay, so it does work, and it gives us the result immediately, which is exactly what we want. Minimax also wrote this content section underneath the tool by itself. It might look like a random wall of text added just to fill the page, but this is really important, and we are going to completely change what goes here. I'll get to more of that in a bit. Before that, let's say there's something on the page you don't like. For example, I don't really want this Run Test button here. I can use the annotation tool, clip directly on that part of the page, tell Minimax to remove it, and boom, it's gone. At this point, we have our first page, but if you look at the utility sites bringing in millions of visitors every month, they're usually not doing that from one page. They have a whole collection of tools, and the more tools you have, the more traffic you can potentially bring in. But this doesn't mean we can add any random tool. We need to choose ones that people are already searching for, and at the same time, that our new website can realistically rank for on Google search. Take the mouse scroll test we just built. For someone to find this page, they would go to Google and search for something like mouse scroll test. Our page then needs to appear near the top of those results. Not page 10, not page 5, not even page 2, page number 1. The goal here is to find keywords with a decent amount of searches, but not too much competition. Take the keyword mouse test, for example. This is what we call a broad keyword. It gets more than 100,000 searches every month, which sounds amazing, but it also has a huge amount of competition. As a brand new website, getting anywhere near the top results would be very, very difficult. So instead, we go narrower and more specific. We can break the mouse down into individual parts: mouse scroll test, mouse right click test, mouse left click test, or even a mouse double click test. These keywords receive less traffic, but they are also much easier to compete for. So how do we find that sweet spot between traffic and competition? We can use SEO tools like these. They have free tiers, although they do come with daily limits though. I can search for that keyword here, and as you can see, it gets around 4,500 searches every month, while the keyword difficulty is only 11%, meaning this is really easy for us to rank for. So thousands of people are searching for it, but the competition is still very low, and that's exactly what we want to see. I can now go back to Minimax and ask it to build a double-click test using the same design as the rest of the website. And here we have it. The page matches the site, the tool works, and we now have another keyword that we can potentially rank for. So now this page has a working tool and one main keyword it can rank for. But what if there's a way we can target more than the 4,500 searches we are targeting right now? Well, there's a way. Remember I told you earlier this wall of text Minimax added underneath the tool is important? Well, girl, this is where it comes in. Right now, our page is mainly targeting one keyword, double-click test. But not everyone looking for this tool will actually type that exact phrase into Google. Some people will search, why is my double click not working? Others might search, is my mouse double clicking? How do I know if my mouse is double clicking? Or how to fix a double clicking mouse? They are all searching for slightly different things, but they can all be answered by the same page. This is called keyword grouping. We choose these extra keywords using the same process as before. I've already checked these ones, and they are all good to go. So I'm going to give the full group to Minimax. It has a specialized SEO writing skill, so I'll ask it to rewrite the section underneath our tool around these searches without making the writing feel stuffed with keywords. And boom, here we go. And you don't need a giant article underneath every tool. All you need is a few useful sections like this, some quick explanations, and a small FAQ answering the exact questions people are typing into Google. So keyword grouping lets one page reach far more searches in English. But why stop at just English? Take a look at this website. It has created the same tool in a whole list of different languages. This is called International SEO, and it simply means creating versions of your pages for people searching in different countries and languages. So instead of only appearing when someone searches mouse test in English, the site can also appear when someone searches for it in German, Spanish, Russian, or any other language it has created a page for. And those searches can add up quickly. The German keyword for mouse test receives around 1,500 searches a month, while the Russian version receives around 700. That is around 2,000 extra searches we would completely miss if our page only existed in English. Now, international SEO is not as simple as pressing translate and changing the words on the screen. Each language needs its own version of the page that Google can find, and the content needs to be localized for how people in that country actually search, not translated word for word. Luckily though, Minimax can handle that for us. It can create the separate language page, structure it properly, and localize the content instead of machine translating every sentence. I'm only going to add one language for now, so let's choose German and ask Minimax to create a German version of this page. And there we go! We now have the same tool in two languages, with each version able to target its own searches on Google. Now let's add everything together. Our main keyword, the related keywords grouped around it, and the searches coming from other languages. This one page could now be targeting around, let's assume, 15,000 monthly searches. And imagine repeating the same process across 10 more tools. If each page has around 15,000 searches of potential, the entire website could already be targeting more than 100,000 searches every month. As those pages begin ranking and the website gets more and more traffic, we can then start going after the larger, more competitive keywords too. At this point, the website has working tools and a strategy for bringing people to them. The only issue is that the entire thing is still sitting on my computer where nobody else can visit it. So next, we need to put it online. First, create a GitHub account and make a new repository for the project. Copy the repository link, give it to Minimax, and ask it to push the website code there. Minimax will create a deploy key for you, add that key inside GitHub, tell Minimax it's done, and it will upload the entire project by itself. Next, we need somewhere to host the website. I'm using Cloudflare Pages because it's completely free and comes with a lot of other useful features too. Connect your GitHub account, choose the repository we just created, and click Deploy. And just like that, our website is live on the internet. The last thing we need is a proper domain name. I normally use Porkbun because you can find domains there for only a few dollars for the entire year. Once you've bought one, you can connect it to the website through Cloudflare. There are a few final setup tasks I won't be able to cover in this video, like connecting the site to AdSense and setting up Google Search Console. But that stuff is pretty simple, and there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube that can walk you through those. I wanted to spend this video showing you how to research and build the actual website properly, because that is the part everything else depends on at the end of the day. But here's the main thing I want you to take away from this video, girl. Growing a website is an ongoing process. You are not going to publish the website today and suddenly have millions of people visiting it tomorrow or by the next month. You need to keep adding useful pages, target more keywords, watch how those pages perform on Google, and just adjust as you learn what works. And even just adding only one new page per week, but doing it well-researched, well-built, and consistently is far better than putting 100 pages in this week and never touching the website again. So consistency is key here. Love you. Bye!